What's going on, everybody? It's Lang Dutchman here, and today I've been working on the car a little bit off camera. Like I've replaced the door, I've put another door in, wrapped it because the window wasn't working anymore, and I had another door laying around that was working. That was easier than to swap the whole system out, which is riveted in. You need to drill everything out and pain in the ass. So I swapped out the doors, and I was sort of done with having the original OEM sound. Now I'm not gonna go full exhaust system because A, it's very expensive, B, there's a good chance that I might get pulled off the road because it's illegal, so I wanted to do it cheap. Also, that's sort of the thing about the whole car, it's like budget build. And also I have some stuff laying around, so I was looking down at my parts junkyard and I found this big jab cannon. So I think this should do and fit my body kit quite well. Together with that, I have found from the wrecking yard, which I could have brought the camera to, but I didn't. But I found this, which is the OEM pipe. There was a muffler attached to that, but I just cut it completely off. And I got some spare tubes, exhaust tubes that I had laying around. So it's with some corners and stuff, and a bit of straight that I have that came out of the damper. So out of all of that, we're gonna get that attached to this, which is gonna, just gonna fit perfectly. We can just weld that up and then connect it to that one, and maybe use something from that to make a corner or like a little bend in it, depending on what we need or where it is gonna fit. But we're losing daylight, and I've been working. I got that today, and there's still some sun out, but it's not gonna take long. And also it's quite chilly, and tomorrow is gonna be even better weather than today. So I'm like, well, I can start now or just do it tomorrow. So I'm gonna jack the car off and then take the original OEM exhaust off. We can put the other OEM pipe on and then see how far we need to go and where we need to come out with the other exhaust. Put it in place, tack it or something. Take it out of the car, put the OEM one on, because I got my MOT, which is like a once a year checkup on the car, and it's easier to do with a stock exhaust. So I'm gonna put the OEM one back in, then fully weld the exhaust off, and then as soon as I got the MOT and I got the car back, I'm gonna throw the exhaust under it. So we'll see. Let's start tomorrow. So like I said yesterday, I'm gonna take it all out of the car, which it is now. There's no exhaust, and I've taken it off. Now here it is, and just by the size of it and the weight of this, it obviously shows that this is doing a lot. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there, and it's damping quite a lot, because if I start it up now, there's a lot more noise. But what I was afraid of, and I'm correct, is that you can already see this has a flat spot in it for some reason, factory, I don't know why. And this is my original exhaust from the 318 IS, and this is from the pipe that was still on the exhaust that I got with the, not with the spot, but from a friend that would fit the 6-cylinder. So this is a little bit bigger, and apparently the one that I got was from a 4-cylinder, because it's definitely a lot smaller. So it's not going to be an easy swap to put that exhaust on there with the same clamp and just go back and forth. So I decided to do it a different way. I'm now gonna cut here, basically. Not yet, because I need this for the MOT, even though this is all crusty as hell, but it's still tight and it damps. But I'm gonna cut here, and I have ordered already some V-band clamps, so I would be able to like switch that one, put a different pipe on there, and then I can just take these mounts off, and then that one, and just take only the rear section off, leave that on the car because that is more further back. So I should be getting away with an easy swap of the exhaust pipe. Because if you look at this, I don't think you can even see it, but like it's right there, which is in front of the diff and everything, so that's pretty far down the car, and it can be like here, which would be way better. But let's at least start it up. Now since I've ordered those things, I cannot like work on it yet, so the only thing I can do now is put the rear muffler on his hangers and put it in the position that I like want to here. So then the only thing I need to do is like make a tube going from that to where the V-band is, and put a V-band on that as well. So for the two of them. But of course, let's just start this up. Because why wouldn't we start this up? Smoky though. I don't know if that's being held back. That's the hanger that's rattling. But I don't know if the smokiness, because it never does that. So I assume that the original rear muffler is catching a lot of that. Also, sorry for the wind noise. There's like no wind, and then suddenly there's a lot of wind. So what we're gonna do now is fit that thing up. So I have the original hanger of the exhaust. I have some pieces of metal, and I basically want to make this hanger sort of fit on there. Not in that shape, so I'm gonna utilize these two hangers, make a strip in between that, make that fit on here, and hang it in place. But do we want it to stick out? Do we want it straight at an angle, up, sideways? So let's see what looks the best. So I've made myself a little bracket. Like I said, those original mounts, and it took a thicker piece of steel, bend it a little bit, and just welded it on there. It's not the worst. Slowly making progress. I mean, that's a decent weld for a noob compared to my last work. Now all I need to do is just put this under there and basically see where it lines up with the exhaust. As you can see, this is how I sort of mucked it up. I want to have it a little bit higher, but to do that I need to trim the rear bumper a little bit, like inside here. Don't know if the camera picks that up, but there's like the original bumper, and it has the tabs, and it's now holding this from going up, and I would love to tuck this a little bit more up in there, because now it's like sticking out from, I had a piece of wood there to hold it up. But yeah, because I love how far it's sticking out, sort of like it should not stick out too far. I think to have like a shotgun dual tip exhaust, that's the one that should stick out more, but this is more than enough. It's a big one though. And then I'll basically mark it up, weld that bracket to it, and we can hang the exhaust on, and we just need to like swap it. You can easily do it with the V-band, but we need to wait for that to come in. Let's so far so good. So I'm gonna trim the bumper a little bit, see if I can tuck the exhaust a little bit higher, and then mark it up with the bracket, weld that on. Basically done. Put the original one back under, and then tomorrow for the MOT. And then we'll be picking this video up when I got the V-bands and can start welding those. So there we go. I love this thing so much. Instead of having to go to people you know or have to pay people to make it happen, you have your own stuff supplied, like the welder, and you can just create anything you want. These are not my best welds, but I'm still moving up, and it's getting better and better, better penetration and better. So I'm proud of my work. That's all that counts, and this is not coming off. So yeah, I've got the hanger on now, so we could just hang this on the car, and then depending on how warm is it? Not that warm. Depending on when we get the V-band fittings, we can put a tube in here and extend it to the V-band, and basically go from there. But for now, like I said, I cannot put this under the car because I have no way to connect it to the original pipe. And I still wanted to be able to put it, like make it an easy swap, go back and forth, because I love the good sounds. But then if I can get in trouble with the police, because they're very strict about that. So I'm not even sure if this is allowed to run, because that thing is so heavy and it's damping so much. Because like I started it just now and it was loud. And compared that to the original one, which is quiet as F. So maybe it's gonna be way too loud. I don't know yet, but we'll see. And so I want to be able to change back and forth, because also some circuits have a what's it called, like a noise restriction, so I cannot run this exhaust. So then I should be able to like swap it back to that one. So I'll pick the video up when I get those. So this is going to be a video filmed over a time span of what, 3 weeks, because I can get the V-bands for like within a week time, but then they're going to be 50 euros a piece, which is going to be a little bit too much for me. I mean, I can pay it, but I'm not going to pay like 50 bucks for a fucking clamp. So now I got them for under 10, but they will take a little bit longer to get here. So also I got more stuff coming, oh, not like, I'm not gonna spoil anything. You just have to need to keep an eye out on the channel, because I have at least two very cool things coming. When this then is fixed, that will be a third cool thing to fully finalize the... People stop, stare at my car, and then drive on. But this will be the third, like that will sound good and will look even better. But like I said, you need to keep an eye out on the channel. That will come in the upcoming weeks, I think 2 weeks at least. And yeah, I'll be putting that one on, but that's just OEM fittings, nothing too special or interesting. And that one will wait patiently till I get the V-bands, and then I will pick this up, pick the camera up, and finish off this video. So for now, thanks for watching, and see you in the next clip. So we are back on a sunny day, but as you heard in a previous clip, that without the exhaust on, which is basically only the rear muffler deleted, it's loud, and it's way too loud. So I think that would be a problem with like legal or not. Like, it's definitely not gonna be legal, and I don't think that this thing is gonna do a whole lot, because it's pretty straight pipe through. There's a little bit of muffling going on in this thing, but it's not gonna do enough, I fear. So I had this thing laying around, which is just the old muffler from I think it was the Volvo, or at least it came with the car. It never was meant for the Volvo, but also I got the V-bands all and this adapter, but I might not even need this, because my plan was, now if I want to integrate this thing with the rest of it, this is that 2¼ inch, so that works perfectly. So this can be my connection to the original pipe. So the other one, basically I cut the pipe off, this one goes on the other side, so I can line this up, and then there's gonna be, I have another one of these, one is gonna be on the other the original pipe, so I can swap this one and the other one. That one can go right there, and then also, come on, the thickness of this pipe, because this one has a flange on it and is a little bit flared, so I'm just gonna cut that off. But the thickness of the pipe is just exactly this, so I can just shove this in, weld this up, and it'll be all good. And this one fits in that one as well. So basically you're gonna use a small portion of this to make a little sleeve, so this one can go on, and depending on how far back this goes, because the original muffler is, I think, somewhere around here, then there's some corners, so might end up somewhere here, but depending on where that is, we're gonna adjust this on like the length of it and on what angle, because maybe it should angle a little bit. That's why I left this tip on, because if you can see, this is on a slight angle, so if this comes out like this, you can see that it goes sideways compared to that one, so that might line us up a little bit better, but we're gonna see what's the best way to tackle this. First I need to just take an angle grinder and then cut that one off. So here we are, day 2 on our free day. We took the exhaust off, marked it where we want to cut it, and we've already cut it. Thomas is with me here. And well, basically this is the end piece that goes for original, like the original connection, and then here we're going to put the V-band on, and then from that we will put a V-band on the original muffler, and also start marking up the why isn't it grounding? Okay, hold up, because that thing is not straight on there. Is it?
Watch the inside, it's straight.
Okay, yeah, this goes in a little angle. Did not see that. I want to make sure this, like the original, fits as well. Because if I'm gonna be sliding at, for instance, Lelystad, Midland Circuit, they have noise restrictions, so even though they're close to an airport, it's ridiculous. But I might need to be able to put that thing back on, so alright. This is a start. We made a little extra lip on there. Need to close that off. But now it fits. And let's move on from this. I don't know what to say. So 2 little rain showers later, we have everything ready to fully weld up. That one is done. Now please don't mind my welding skills. It's on there. And it's well, it's penetrating, because you can see it on the inside all heated up. Should be all good. There you go. Thomas is here welding up the last one. If this is done, this one can go on the car and fully mounted. We can start working on the other exhaust. I'll hang it all in there, and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna hang the rear muffler, the tip, in there already while he's doing that, and then just keep going. So here we are. That's the final one, and then here we have the extra muffler we're gonna fit in between.
Muffler penis.
A muffler penis?
It's a muffler penis.
It's a muffler penis. I rarely see one in the wild. And then this till there, which is just a little short piece. This can move a little bit around, so it's just gonna be one little bend that we're gonna utilize from this bit. That should all work out, and then all done and ready for a startup. Curious to see how it sounds. See if squint. Bang.
Here we are again. Pete made some pipe.
Yep.
Now he's gonna draw on the pipe because he likes drawing.
I like drawing.
He doesn't like trains. He likes drawing.
I like trains.
No, I just said you didn't. We're gonna fix this, make this a little bit more nice. This looks like shit now.
Well, it's on there. That's all that matters.
Make it similar to this. Nice welds.
You should probably. This is a good idea.
Pete has a good idea.
I have a good idea. I have a dream. That should work. And then we should do this one first. Clamp it on,
yep.
And then do that one.
Yep.
And then if that one is stacked in, we take it all out, weld it all up.
We'll see you back in a few minutes. Or seconds for you guys.
So we got it out of the car. This is sort of the whole construction. The rear exhaust. Then we have it like sort of twisted in there. It works. And then this little one, it's gonna make the little run.
Did he still draw up too long?
Yeah, we can still fix that. Rather too long and too short, right?
Yeah.
Although we can still add metal. We have a welder. Oh, look at that thing.
Gotta put pressure on her.
Thomas is doing the final pieces of the puzzle because
this idiot injured himself again with the hammer again.
On the same spot. I just put a like piece of cloth under it and put a glove on and just a zip tie here, which is loosely, not pulling my blood from my hand, but just pulling this on there, because I had a spot there where I hit my hand when I was doing the lower contour arm for the MOT video, and now I was hitting a piece of wood to get that one on, and this is a different one because the other piece of shit of wood had one just big chunk that came off and just launched as a fucking spear to my hand and just knocked me in the same place and took even more of the skin off. So now it's just fully nasty. It hurts like hell.
Yeah, I'm glad it's you and not me.
Yeah, well, I have good noises later to soften the pain. Hopefully. Look, I found some heat protective paint.
Hey.
So we can paint things not red.
Red's nice color.
I think it's weird and cheesy under the car.
Oh yeah, but
pink.
Pink.
But that is the whole
yellow
subframe, not just sections of the exhaust.
You can also paint the entire exhaust, right?
No, it's weird.
No man, it's just flat.
It's weird. It's not a Hot Wheel, almost a Hot Wheel, but. Chloe! Hi, babe.
Hey.
And there we are. It's under. Be just connecting the V-band. And it's time for testing.
I'm so fucking curious to see how it, or to listen how it sounds. Because
So those flappy bits, we took them off. I don't know if you can see it, but those are off. All nice and welded. So if it goes for MOT, the MOT guy doesn't look like, what's this for weird? Just put together piece of shit.
yeah, it's somewhat nice and clean. Fully give you that. Also,
Start it up.
we don't have to do anything here, so we can just drop it off the thing.
Yeah, or you can just start it up. I'll connect the battery. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. Give it some throttle.
You can always get a silencer in here.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's not that loud. Right? It's still cold though, but
I think this is nice. Not too much decibel, but
it has some raspiness to it.
a little bit, and it's just a good sound.
Because if you compare it to how it was without the whole setup, I think the rear muffler would not help enough. This is somewhat legal, and having a better sound, different tone. Now we need to know how it sounds under load, I guess. All right.
Let's go for a test drive.
Yeah, just cut my corner. Where do we go though?
That sounds nice. I hear more engine than I hear exhaust.
It has a dark rumble with it, but as soon as you get into the RPMs, it just quiets out.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not screaming.
Maybe that's because of the extra muffler we put in between. Oh, so nice flowers.
Quick, Gerald, take a picture of the flowers.
Well, yeah, that's very creative with just a little piece of tarmac. So
you have to be creative if you have no space to do this stuff. Well, quick, do another one. Get out.
you should have made it easier to get in and out. You're only making it harder with the belts and the door trim shit. And I'm not getting any younger. That's how you do it.
Alright, get in. So after that we went home, we played some cards, had some fun, and now Thomas is ready to go home. Say bye, Thomas.
Bye, Thomas.
Alright, thank you very much for your help.
Yeah, no problem.
And there's some other visual mods coming in the upcoming videos. Stay tuned for that, so please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.